Yo, top Billin, back with another one, baby. Just trying to make you boys and girls think, right? Think like a GM, right? The best part about life is being able to outthink the next man, right? That's what I live my entire life by. I'm trying to outthink everyone no matter where I'm at. If you're YouTube, or everybody you think that's in my category or whatever like that, if I can't beat them physically, I want to beat them mentally. So that's how you have to approach things in life in general. But definitely if you're talking about building a football franchise, a winning one at that, right? So the Falcons, doing the think like a GM with the Falcons, the Jets, Eagles, these different teams like that. Some of these teams are in better positions than others if we're just talking about the draft. Now, some of these teams are in better position, period, if we're talking about overall team talent and everything. So this is something that you have to weigh. Scheme, talent, draft positioning, the whole nine, baby. You have to think like a GM. Not everything is cut and dry. You can't go to social media, Twitter, Pinterest, or whatever you dudes be doing up on social media. You guys know I hate social media, so I don't even know what's going on social media, but I want you guys to think outside the box. So I'm going to give you some of these topics, right? And they might not jive with you or jive with what you've heard on social media, but it causes you to, at the very least, think. We don't have to all think alike. I hate when people come up in here and somebody has a differing opinion and they completely dismiss it because it's something that they've never heard before. There's nothing cut and dry about football. If we know that, all kinds of shit can happen. So here we go. Think like a GM for the Atlanta Falcons this time, man. We're talking about that number 4 overall pick. I've already done various scenarios like trading back, which would be what I would do. I would trade back and accumulate picks if you're the Falcons. The Falcons are one of these teams that's kind of like little kumsa. I don't know if that's the right expression there. Matter of fact, I don't think that's the right. I don't know. It is Atlanta, right? You know what I'm saying? Piedmont Park and all that shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They might be a little kumsa. But trading back and accumulating picks for a team that is talented but has some aging talent, has some clear holes and everything like that, trade back and accumulate more picks. I, for one, think you have a franchise quarterback that has another 3 to 5 years left because of his playing style. But this is Atlanta, so I'm going to go ahead and concede that people just hate this guy, and they've always hated him his whole career just for the fact that they liked his predecessor, who to me was average at best. This guy is very good, and people won't give him his credit, but that's another story for another day there. So we've done that. But if they were to stay at number 4, the pick, in all honesty, should be Justin Fields just because of the fan base, right? Fan base wants a certain type of quarterback. This guy fits the bill. He's from Georgia, from the Atlanta area, all that jazz and everything like that. But does that make him the best fit? Trey Lance from North Dakota State University, very much similar to Justin Fields. It's really hard to find something that's glaring that Justin Fields can do that Trey Lance can't do. Maybe the deep ball, but it's not from a lack of arm strength, right? There's a big difference, though. You're throwing a deep ball to some guys that are going to be superstars in the NFL and throwing to some guys in North Dakota State where you probably can't get on the same page all the time or whatever like that. It's a little bit different. So you got to weigh, like, ceilings and floors. To me, Justin Fields is one of these guys with this particular fan base that people are going to come in and they're going to want him to play right away. Don't matter if they have Matt Ryan, because guess what? People don't give a rip about Matt Ryan. The minute Matt Ryan throws an interception, it's put Justin Fields in. Justin Fields, in my opinion, needs to sit a little bit. It is what it is on that front. He needs to sit a little bit, but people aren't going to be okay with that. They may rush him out there and he run into some of the same problems that the Falcons have faced. Maybe you stunt his growth or something like that. But if he could sit behind Matt Ryan for a year, maybe a year plus, like we've seen with some of these other guys who've gone on to become Hall of Famers, like a Aaron Rodgers or Pat Mahomes, or just like people used to do back in the day, right? You know who really actually started with the whole play the rookie thing? Matt Ryan. He came in and had immediate success on a team that was pretty bad, but it had some pieces, and they brought some pieces along with him. It just fit, and they didn't ask him to do much. This particular scheme probably won't ask the quarterback to do as much as you think, But to me, it fits what Matt Ryan does very well. So if you can bring along a guy slowly, if you have to absolutely address the quarterback situation, a guy like Trey Lance, I don't think people are going to be in a rush for him to play. Just like the kid up in Green Bay. Nobody's talking about Jordan Love right now. And I think him just sitting around tooling behind your boy Aaron Rodgers and learning and soaking up game and being able to be around him with his practice habits and just observe, I think is going to make him better than what he would have been if he landed at Jacksonville or somewhere where he had to just play right away. I think that's lost on people. Trey Lance with a similar skill set, same exact athlete to me as Justin Fields, a better runner than Justin Fields, since you guys love y'all want running quarterbacks that throw deep balls. Trey Lance could do both. I think he's a better runner because he's more physical. Justin Fields, I think, is made a little styrofoam, right? He might have a little bit of a glass chin. He seems to always be nicked up. Trey Lance running people over and outrunning people a little bit. Both of them, to me, not the fastest quarterbacks you'll see. Now, people are going to dispute that with Justin Fields because he's got this mythological creature stuff behind him. But if you're calling it for what it's worth, your man don't have any long runs where he finishes against viable competition. He gets ran down each time. I heard some dude talking about 4.3 speed. Like, shit like that makes me want to strangle somebody. 4.3 speed. That's that unfuckwittable speed. 4.3 speed is not caught from behind. Very rare are people running 4.3s, and the ones that do aren't getting caught from behind. Julio Jones ran a 4.3. Anyone catching Julio Jones from behind? So just think logically, and that's Julio Jones in catch and run situation. You're talking about a guy that have scramble situations where people are in man coverage and they still can peel off and catch him from behind. So let's be real about the situation. Trey Lance, Justin Fields, very much similar, but one I think you can bring along slower and the people won't rush it. What do you think about that, right? And another one right here, before I get into a little bit of a film study on Trey Lance, I wanted to talk about thinking like a GM and people talking about picking a running back at number 4, and specifically Naji Harris, because of what I said before with the Naji Harris. I wasn't saying pick Naji Harris in the first round. If he's there in the second round, he might not be there in the second round or whatever like that. I would let the chips fall where they may. But if you're feeling froggy and he's in the 20s or something like that, 25 or something like that, maybe you jump up and go get him. You're not picking a running back with the 4th overall pick and that be something that you think makes a viable franchise. That makes zero sense. I love the New York Giants, but come on, man. Saquon Barkley, as great as he is, was he worth the number 2 pick? They still been losing with Saquon Barkley, and there have been running backs that perform just like Saquon Barkley in later rounds. Is Saquon Barkley just better than Nick Chubb? Nick Chubb was a second-round pick. My man Jonathan Taylor from Wisconsin, he's the truth. He was a second-round pick. DeAndre Swift. Most of the backs you're going to see in NFL that are the truth. Derrick fucking Henry was a second-round pick. Think about it. You got to weigh value versus being a fan. Great franchises don't pick running back at the number 4 pick. That's where premium picks go. Quarterbacks, edge players, offensive tackles, interior defensive linemen. Those are edge positions. Those are premium positions where you let the draft fall where they may with those type of players first, and then you go and get somebody like that, right? Najee Harris is not enough of a freak. He's not that fast for him to be a top 5 pick like he's Adrian Peterson or someone like that. Let's be real here. Maybe if Adrian Peterson was in this draft, right, with that low 4.4 speed and the type of shit that he could bring. But this day and age right here, with how running backs are being used, a second-round running back will suffice. Or a late first-round pick or whatever like that. You saw the Chiefs go and get Clyde Edwards-Helaire with the last pick. I think they jumped back. Oh, no, it's the last pick and when they won the championship. So the 32nd pick, something like that. But the rest of them dudes drafted, performed very well. They had an undrafted free agent in James Robinson with the Jacksonville Jaguars, right? I think he led all rookies in rushing or close to it. The guy who was a converted wide receiver from the Washington football team, right? Was he a 4th round pick or something like that? So think about it. So there you have it. Think like a GM. Let me know what you think about that. But let's look at a little bit of Trey Lance right here. I'm going to go ahead and call an audible right here. I didn't realize your boy got a little superfluous with the talk in there, and we almost around like the 10-minute mark or something like that. And the data that I got shows that most people barely watch content, period. They run to the comment section because they think this shit is a damn message board when we're creating video content, right? People comment before the fucking video is even released. This shit crazy to me, right, man? At least to me, man. I pour my heart and soul into these fucking videos, man. So at least support quality content, right? Maybe other people out there don't give a rip. They'll make 25 videos a day. But if you see, I don't do that shit, right? I'm countless and countless hours behind this shit, sitting here trying to give you guys the best shit popping. You guys to go around repeating my lingo and all that shit like that, and working off my takes and shit like that. So at least reward your boy by real men watch to the end and then comment, right? Some of you dudes be like, hey, Earl, man, come over here and go comment on this dude's stuff, man. I know you ain't watched it, but just comment on it, man. That shit don't fly with your boy here, man. So it is what it is on that front. Real men watch to the end and then comment. Beyond that, man, let me know what you think about the Trey Lance thing, if he's a better fit, just because you can stash him behind Matt Ryan for a couple of years, and I don't think people will be pushing like they would at Justin Fields, right? Justin Fields has that box office attraction appeal, being from the state and all that. And also, in addition to the 4th overall pick with the running back shit with his dumb, what would you guys think about drafting another offensive tackle for you who are still watching this? Drafting an offensive tackle, maybe moving your boy McGarry to the inside there. Just trying to fill the 5 best linemen that you can, just like the Tennessee Titans have done. They specialize in great offensive line play, and they have been that way for a long time. That's that franchise's history. They have some of the greatest offensive linemen in the history of the game come from the Tennessee Titans, Houston Oilers franchise. So that would be something right there. Arthur Smith is at least used to just a little bit of time or whatever like that spent around those guys that they have there, because they have a damn good offensive line. They've even lost guys like a Jack Conklin who's going on, who could be a superstar on anybody's offensive line. So imagine that. So let me know what you think about that, man. But it's your boy Murph, the Underground King. Thank you for watching. You know it's all love out there. We talk. Remember, this shit is supposed to be like the locker room, baby. Locker room, barbershop type shit. So if you have small thong on, you need to buy a bigger size and turn that bitch the correct way, because you're going to get your feelings hurt around here, because it's locker room talk. That's how it is, baby. That's how it is in the locker rooms I've been in. If you can't survive in the locker room, you definitely can't survive up on top billing, baby, because we go hard. We savages around here. All right. With that being said, tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure you like this bad boy. Make sure you share it. Start sharing the content on your social media and your message board, since you guys think it's a message board anyway. And with that being said, your boy Murph, the Underground King. Peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.